Hey there, everybody, and thank you so much for joining the live stream today. I know that it has been a little while since we did our last webinar, and that is no one's fault but our own. We've obviously been hard at work, and as the country's lockdown status has gradually gotten better, we've obviously gotten a lot busier. So as a result of that, we have obviously not been able to commit as much time to these things as we would have maybe liked. We will try to get into a bit more of a regular setting with these, and what we've got today is just to go over some maybe slightly small fixes, minor new features, but really just some time-saving tips that we find people are asking for, and we often show them how to do it. So we're going to do a bit of an interactive demonstration today, and I'm going to go over one or two reports that you guys can use to maybe optimize your business, your month-to-month one-on-ones with your clients, or with your staff rather, and then also just to kind of optimize the after-sales support. So when a customer is standing in front of you, how to upsell them and how to make that super efficient for the customer. If you guys do have questions, leave them in the comments and I'll get to them as soon as I can. What I'm going to do with you is I'm going to share my screen with you so you guys can see what I see. I am logged in as an administrator here, so some of this information isn't going to be visible to all staff. But essentially, what I'm going to cover today is the use of barcodes in your system. So both for retail and professional stock, how that works, how to do that, how to use that at the point of checkout, and also how one is able to optimize the cash up process to really streamline your business, especially if you're working remotely and you're not at the salon or spa day in and day out, how you can kind of keep a finger on the pulse of your business, and how your staff can ultimately save time and you can create a much more trustworthy environment as well. One of the big questions that we get all the time is, we've gotten a stock order in, or we want to do a stock take. How do we optimize that? And that kind of fills in with how I'm going to go through the barcode system as well. It's a really efficient way to do it, but I'm going to show you a way that maybe speeds that up a little bit on your side. So we'll go through some of that, and afterwards we'll obviously answer any questions that come through. But this is really not going to focus on a lot of the basics. I really encourage you to go and look at some of the previous webinars that we've done if you're looking to get a bit more of a familiarity with the system in terms of payment processing, or whether it be for appointment management. We've covered that extensively in our knowledge base and in some of the previous webinars. What I am, however, going to do is I'm going to show you how I can make use of one of these things. So let me just switch my screen into webcam. So what I've got is a barcode reader, and we get this question all the time. And how do I use the barcode reader? Or I've got a barcode reader. Can I use it with SalonBridge? The answer is absolutely you can. I don't know why there was ever confusion about it, but you can absolutely use it. This one is a basic USB barcode reader that I picked off Takealot for, I think, 200 Rand. So super affordable, and you plug it in and it works. That's it. For example, I'm going to switch back to my screen capture now. And if I go to my business and retail, for example, and I search for a product, these are products that I loaded today, shampoo and conditioner. So I actually brought them with me. I bought a shampoo in a bottle so that I can show you how to scan the barcode on this. So ultimately, if you are loading stock items, or if you're wanting to edit your stock items, and for example, if I click on this, which is the shampoo, what I'm able to do is you'll see that there's a barcode field here. And you can either type the barcode out, which is just a set of numbers on every barcode that you see. Alternatively, the barcode scanner will actually do this for you. So if you put your, if you click on this field over here and you simply scan this, you'll see the number comes up automatically. Then I can hit save, and that then saves that barcode for the product. And this can be for retail or professional stock. And what this essentially allows you to do is, if you're from the appointment calendar, or you're making a retail sale, or you are adjusting a service recipe, what you're able to do is at the point of making that retail sale, let me do it for myself here quickly. So I hit on that little plus icon, I say new retail sale. I'm going to choose myself as a client. I'm going to say that Amanda was a selling staff member. And then when I want to choose the retail items, In a previous video, I showed you how we made this process a lot more streamlined. Rather than doing it one at a time, you can do them multiple items at the same time. So if I click on this little drop-down menu over here, I scan the item, it picks it up automatically for me because I've now scanned the barcode. I can add a discount or I can change the quantity, and I just click on Add Item. Now I want to add the other item that I have here, which is a conditioner. So I hit this drop-down menu again, scan the conditioner, and it picks up the conditioner automatically. Hit Add Icon, and now I can see that it's a super efficient way. If you got one of these, I don't know why you're not using it already. It just makes life so much easier at the point of checkout. And then you just hit the Create Sale button, and it takes you straight to the account screen where you can now capture a payment for that. So that was the one thing I wanted to go over with you. But this it's not limited to retail products. So for example, if you have an appointment over here, let's say it's for myself, and I want to come in for a cut and blow, and I'll make that booking. When I click on it, one of the things that we allow you to do is to create professional stock recipes for your services. And what that does is it will automatically deduct the professional stock quantities for what is set for that service. But you can go into that service after it's been done and customize the recipe accordingly. So let's say, for example, this used a certain amount of shampoo. I can hit that icon, scan it, and I can immediately see how it comes up. This might be more useful if you are using colors. So if you need to scan the box quickly, you can do that rather than have to search for everything manually all the time. So that's barcodes. It's really straightforward. If you edit any of your icons, you'll see that field over there. If you add a new retail product or professional stock product, you'll see that item over there. So that makes it really efficient just for you to quickly add or update your items. The next item that I wanted to go over with you was the way that one can take stock using this, but also just to really optimize it a little bit. So previously, the stock take feature was a little bit tedious. What you may have noticed is that under the list of retail options, there's a drop down here. And again, I say you may have noticed this, but because we haven't done these webinars in a little bit of a while, you may already be using this, which is fantastic. If not, when you click on it, you now have the option to load a stock order or to perform a stock take. And if I click on Perform Stock Take, it's going to take me to where I can see my stock grouped by category. And I can either go through these and update what I have on hand. But one of the things that we also allow you to now do is to do a quick load. And if I hit quick load, I can find the product that I'm wanting to ultimately tally up. So I can either do this by searching for it, or again, I can just scan my product over here. And I'm going to say that I've got 3 of these not on the shelf. And when I hit done, that updates it automatically for me on my quantity on hand. When I'm happy with what I have input here, I can just say complete stock take, and this will then update the quantities on hand for me automatically. So it's a nice quick way of going through your stock, especially if you've loaded all of the barcode items up. You can quite literally go around your shelf and you can scan the items to input the totals for what you have, and it'll update your stock levels automatically. The system does keep track of what your stock levels are before the stock take took place, as well as the levels after the stock take took place. So there is a report that is available where you can see the previous values as well as the new values in your stock variation report. The next thing I wanted to go through with you was some of the new report items that you may not be familiar with, which I think is just a slightly nicer way to basically optimize your monthly one-on-ones with some of your staff. A lot of this is already known. So if you go to the sales and revenue report from the reporting section, a popular report has always been the sales and revenue by staff. And what this has typically done is it's provided you with an overview of what each staff member has done for services, retail, gratuity. And if you're VAT registered like this sample business is, it'll do the calculation for you for excluding VAT and including VAT as well. So here you can see for each staff member what they did on retail sales, on services, and it groups it by day for you as well. So really nice and convenient. But one of the items that may not be familiar is the average spend per account by staff. So what that report ultimately shows you is what each of your staff members are selling per client visit to a particular customer. For example, if a customer walks in and they get a haircut or they get a treatment done and they buy a retail product, that comes to a total for that day for that client. Now, when setting staff targets, it's important to try and get them to upsell, and you're able to see that in the sales and revenue report, what they're doing on a monthly basis. But the best way to increase that is to try and get them to increase their average take per customer. So try to get them to offer a slightly, maybe it's a treatment or a retail product that they need. And what the average spend per account by staff member report shows you is by staff, the total accounts that they had for that month and the average spend per account. Now, because a customer, when they visit, their appointment goes onto the account, and at the end of that appointment, they will end up making a payment for that. So this is a great way to see what typically a customer spends per visit per staff member. And you can see that over here. And this is a nice tool to use, especially if you have monthly meetings with your staff, just to go through it with them and say, look, we see that your average spend is only 755 Rand per account. You might need to try and look for ways to increase that to help match your target, basically. So that's quite a useful report. I would try and bundle it with something like your sales and revenue report by staff so they can see the totals as well. That obviously becomes quite useful. And this can be exported to PDF, to Excel if you want to take it away, if you want to save it somewhere so you can keep a nice running history of it as well, but you can obviously backdate the reports as well. And then finally, what we have is under the client reports is what's called a client statement report. So the client statement report will allow you to generate a statement for a particular client. In other words, if a customer comes for multiple treatments or appointments, and they've come over the period of a month, you are able to go into the account section and draw on those accounts. However, if the customer came 4 times and they paid 4 times, you'll find that the customer will have 4 accounts with you. And that's perfectly normal, and that's what you would expect the system to do. However, if you wanted to ever provide that customer with a statement for the entire month, you would previously have to send them 4 reports or 4 statements, whereas this will give them a running overview of the entire month for all of those accounts. So if I search for my name over here, and I set the date from the 21st until the 21st for the last month, and I say generate report, it will search for all of the accounts that client has had, and it will show me a rundown of firstly the account ID, the date, what the customer came for, and it will show me a nice debit and credit column as well, so I can see exactly if they have made any payments or if they are still owing on any of the accounts open for the period that I searched for. This can be downloaded to a PDF document if you'd like to send it to the customer. It's really useful if they've got a number of open accounts or they've got accounts and maybe they didn't pay the full amount on one of them and you want to sort of see where they are on their payments. A super useful way just to see that from this report, and that can be found under the client report and then client statement report, and then by searching for the client name, and you'll see it comes up with that autocomplete option just like it does when you are making a booking for that client. You can backdate it as well. So if I search for, let's say, June, this is a demo account, so I don't know what it's going to show. Quite a few accounts, a number of appointments with running totals at the bottom. Also quite nice if you want to see exactly what a particular customer came for over a specific period of time, where it shows you on one screen or document every service, every retail product, every item that they purchased from you. It really can be quite useful. So that's that report. You may notice that there have been 1 or 2 changes to the ability that you can do after a payment has been made for an account. Historically, when you booked an appointment and you went onto the account and you captured a payment, one was able to make subsequent payments or create voids, which could ultimately just not let the cash up balance. We've subsequently decided to take that functionality away once the account has been closed off. So it's really just a security mechanism that prevents the erroneous capture of additional payments, voiding, or accidentally creating a discount when the account has been closed off. So in the example that I just did now, I captured a payment, it was closed off, and I'm not able to capture the payment anymore unless I reopen the account. And that's really just to help your staff become a bit more familiar with the system in case they are not sure as to why they still have that option there. That's been subsequently removed. The last item that I want to go through with you guys is the advanced cash up. This is something that we've had in the background for a while. However, we decided to make it available to all businesses if they enable it. And the difference between an advanced cash up and a standard cash up is quite minor, but it has more of an impact on the receptionists at your business. So as an administrator, you can go to My Business, you can go to the reporting section, you can generate a cash up report for a specific day, and you can view the cash up report and it will show you what you have done on services, retail, gift cards, as well as a breakdown of all the payments that have been made as well, and you'll be able to see that it balances or not. What the advanced cash up does is it will require the receptionist to be able to input the totals before they see the SalonBridge totals. In other words, if a receptionist came and did a cash up report, they will still be choosing the cash up report, the standard report, but when they click on generate report, the system's going to ask them what the cash total was, what the card total was, what the gift card totals were. So the receptionist actually has to input these totals before SalonBridge displays what it believes the totals for the day was. So imagine a scenario where the cash total is slightly more than what SalonBridge says the cash was processed, but you still balance for the day. It is a great security mechanism for the owner of the business to be able to know that that was the case before the receptionist sees it. So in a situation where you aren't sitting at the salon or spa all day, maybe you're working remotely, you want to make sure that the cash up is done securely, and you want to make sure that nobody is taking any money from the till that maybe doesn't belong to them. What you can do is you can enable advanced cash ups, and that's done from the settings section under general settings. You can enable advanced cash ups, and you can input an email address where you would like those cash up reports sent to. So if I put in my email address and I hit save, when the receptionist logs in again and they try and do a cash up report, they're going to be asked to input the totals that they believe that they have in their till and on the card machine. And the moment they finish doing that, the email address here is going to be sent a copy of that cash up report every time they do a cash up. So quite a nice feature if you are working remotely and you want that cash up report emailed to you automatically every day. It just basically helps to keep that peace of mind for you, and really just prevents the money from going missing if there is any extra in the till, for example. So those are some of the features that I wanted to go through today. That's pretty much it from our side. I know that we have been a little bit distant over the last couple of weeks, but we'll try and keep this a bit more consistent. We're always releasing new features or new improvements, but I really look forward to some of the upcoming features with you guys. And if you do have any questions, please feel free to either put them in the comments of the video or to send us a message on the live chat or via email, phone, or WhatsApp, and we're always happy to help. But otherwise, until then, have a fantastic week, guys. Enjoy level 1. I know that the appointment numbers are going to increase. We've seen a steady increase on our side as well. So we know that people are starting to come back. And as the weather gets warmer, people are always going to want those beauty treatments to get their hair done. They're always going to want to look good. So try and stay positive. We've weathered the storm. It's gone through the worst it's going to get for this year. Let's finish the year strong and try and enjoy what's left of it. Have a great day.